All right. Hi everyone. So it seems that now the stream is stable. Is what it wasn't stable a couple of minutes ago, and yeah, we are back live. And the upcoming event is the full moon into Aries. Oh my god, I almost forgot what it is. So what I wanted to tell you is that if you do encounter any difficulties, any technical difficulties with the live stream, it stutters like right now, because right now it's stuttering. It's not you, it's me, or it's YouTube. I don't know what is wrong with it. I tried on 2 different networks and it still does the same thing. So I don't know what to think of it. But in any case, I will have to keep on moving. I will have to keep on going, and for that reason, I will try to do a live stream. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, so I don't want to bore you with that. And we'll keep on going. All right. So full moon into Aries, and before we move into it, let me yeah. Hello, Cinemonkeys. Long time no see. How are you doing? All right, so before we move into it, let me explain you how the whole thing is gonna run out or run through as a live stream to everybody who comes up to be new to the live stream. And what will happen here is that I'm gonna do a 12 readings, each for every star sign, and the reading is the reading is a 5-card spread, basically, which is designed for every lunar cycle, full moon, new moon, either of the two. Hello, MT. Welcome back. And the spread from these 5 cards is really good. I really like it. So what the spread is, it's like I said, 5 cards, and the first card, or the first position, it is the theme of the full moon, or what kind of an environment we are to be throughout the transit, throughout the next couple of weeks, because that is for how much a lunar transit lasts. The second card is about the challenges, what kind of difficulties we are to face within that environment of the first card. The third card, the third card of the spread is about the positivity or our intentions. What kind of an intentions is best that we have throughout the transit, so we can manifest whatever we are supposed to throughout it. And this is basically like a guide card. This is basically like an accomplishment card. You strive for it, you accomplish it. The fourth card of the spread, guys, it's my personal favorite, and that is what we are supposed to learn for the transit, or the way I love to look at this card. It is a what is the reason that these things are happening to us. And the final card of the spread, which is the fifth one, that is the energies which are supporting us. Okay, something untangible that gives us our support, and it helps us to move through, or it does create circumstances for us. That's which circumstances are to help us. And so this is the spread that the star signs are gonna run through. And as I always say, there are free readings giveaways into the live stream itself. And in order to take advantage, or rather like to participate into one of these free readings giveaways, which are going to be total of 3 readings giveaways throughout the live stream, all that you have to do is stay up until the breaks of the live stream. So those breaks are going to happen every 4 star signs, and one at the end, before I go to the super chat reading, to the super chat readings, I'm sorry. And once I do announce a break, you have 5 minutes to input your question, and from a pile of questions, depending on how many they are, I'm going to pick one, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Of course, super chat supporters, you guys are gonna have your reading at the end of the live stream regardless. And if you do wish your personal reading, you can go to my website, which you're going to find into the description down below. And at the very front page, you're going to see a full list of my services, as well their pricing. And there probably you're going to notice a full/new moon reading. That is a reading for the next couple of transits for you. So you can consider it as a monthly reading of yours. Okay, and yeah, with that being said, I think that we are ready to begin with the whole thing. So as I explained the spread, the first star sign that we are going to look into, that is going to be Aries. Just let me shuffle the cards, and let's have a look what Aries is to experience throughout the transit. Why is that the new moon is that the moon is giving you rage, Cinnamon Kiss? Rage toward what? Or probably should I ask toward whom? All right. So the first card for Aries from those five, that is going to be the Four of Wands. Okay, so you can see the card, I guess, yeah. Followed by the second one, which stands as the Three of Wands. Moving next, what we do have for Aries, that will be the Fool card. Followed by the fourth one for Aries, that stands for the Queen of Swords. And the fifth one for Aries, that will be the Two of Cups. So those five cards. And one thing before I start reading here, guys, it is that I am not gonna read the cards card by a card when we do have a spread. That is the reason for the spread, to have one coherent message. Reading card by cards is not what I do. I basically kind of like accumulate the message and I'm divulging it to you. So from those cards, what we can see for Aries, it is that their environment is going to be very peaceful. Therefore, you can expect in the next couple of weeks to have quite of a peaceful and harmonious interaction and relationship as well within your social circle, and as well your business circle. Also, expecting people to do their work, to do their job, expecting people to make their due toward you and toward a cumulative projects. Now through it seems that quite of an important tasks, important goals, important milestones, important cycles of developments are to be accomplished and are to be reached for you, Aries. And the best thing about the whole endeavor here that we do have, which is signified by those cards, it is that it's going to be done by being attentive to every single important detail, while disregarding the less important stuff or the non-important stuff at all, meaning that you are going to waste no energy, you're going to waste no action, you're going to waste no decision making whatsoever within the upcoming a week or two. Now, what the peculiar thing here is, of the Three of Wands into the second position, and that card to me, it could speak for either two things. Okay, the long story short, it is that the Three of Wands into the disadvantageous position, not just into the second one, but into the disadvantageous position in tarot, actually does speaks about that you are not as far as you think you are, and that you are sitting on a high horse thinking that everything is a game, everything is way too easy, while isn't. That is one way how you can look at it. But because your correlation from the rest of the cards is so good, we have the second interpretation, and that is that thou is underselling thyself, or you can go for so much more, and that will become very obvious to you once you do accomplish those tasks and those achievements in generally that are going to happen to be significant milestones and significant cycles of development. And I cannot help but to mention here for you Aries, with that Two of Cups into the fifth position, I'm sorry, of the spread, it is that, guys, it's highly likely that the love is about to find you into the next couple of weeks, especially if you are single. Now, are you gonna catch it or not? Well, that depends entirely on you, because you do have a freedom of choice, so to speak. But what you need to know here is that should you catch the love that it is within the air for you, the things are going to develop very rapidly and very, very quickly. And before you know it, you may find living together with the person you start dating about a week and a half ago. It is going to be crazy fast how things are to develop in terms of your love life into the next couple of weeks. Now, the last thing that I'm going to say here is that regardless of how things are, doomed, exactly. So regardless of how the things are going to align themselves into the next couple of weeks for you, you guys should take the things in a light-hearted fashion, so to speak, and you should not take anything that much serious. What I mean here is that you need to have the freedom to experiment and the freedom to engrave or incorporate your personal creativity into what you do, because into the next couple of weeks you need to know that your goals and your accomplishments are going to be just as big as your dreams are. And when you do have a dream, of course, you do need to have the creativity to push forward that dream. And definitely what you need to learn here into the next transit or into the next couple of weeks, it is that anything is possible for as long as you gather up the courage to push it through. So that was for Aries, and now moving next, we do have Taurus. All right, so for Taurus, the first card for you guys, that is going to be the Eight of Swords, followed by the second one here, which stands as the Tower card. Moving on, the third one, that is going to be the Page of Pentacles, followed by the fourth card for you, Taurus, that will be the Eight of Wands, and the last card we do have for you guys, that will be the World card. So we do have those I'm sorry, those 5 cards here. And what is interesting to your reading here, Taurus, it is that it does look like that you do have some self-imposed limitations on yourself that are about to become broken through into the next couple of weeks. And that breakthrough is going to take place through a very random event, so rather like a random opportunities that are going to come your way, opportunities which are going to look like the luck of the draw for you. Now, the problem here that we do have for you, it is that those opportunities will require for you to make a serious, I would say, readjustment and as well transformation, if you will, with how you live and as well with how you do with life, how you tackle in generally. Or in other words, those opportunities are going to manifest through a unpleasant circumstances, luck of the draw, but yet quite unpleasant for you. However, you are to be blessed into the next couple of weeks to have a rather faithful companion that is gonna, I don't know, I can't say to carry you on, but that person is going to help you take the burden, help you take the weight, so to speak. Now that person is extremely devout to you. It's a person who finds a real value into the connection you both have, and very well it could be a friend of yours that's it literally has more than just a friendship towards you. They have bigger emotions, bigger feelings. They do feel bigger connection towards you. They may have not divulged it by this point though. And next transit for you, Taurus, it's a transit that the circumstances are going to wrap your situation around. So you definitely are going to have your conclusion. You're definitely going to have your closure into the next couple of weeks with the situations at work, with the situations into your love life, with the situations within your friendship circle. And then right after that, a new perspectives are to emerge very, very soon. And that is why it's very important that you do break through the how can I say, you break through these self-imposed limitations of yourself. Like, for example, a limitation not to date certain type of people, a limitation not to do certain stuff, you know, a limitation not to act in a certain way, limitation not to take a certain advantages, not to take a certain opportunities, which opportunities are going to come your way. And therefore that's why, while these opportunities come your way as a luck of the draw, you do find them, or you do look at them as a unpleasant circumstances. At the end of the day, those opportunities are going to have a cleansing and nurturing effect on your life. So that was about Taurus. Now moving next, we do have Gemini. Give me a second here, guys. All right, so we go Gemini, and for Gemini, the first card that we do have, that is going to be the Knight of Swords, followed by the second one here that stands as the Eight of Swords. Moving next, what we do have, that will be the King of Cups, followed by the fourth card for Gemini, that will be the Two of Swords, and the last one we have, that will be the Judgment card. Okay, so those three cards, those five cards, I'm sorry. So we do have those five cards. Just give me a moment here. So we have these five cards once again. And well, next couple of weeks for you, Gemini, are going to be quite peculiar, for the lack of a better word. Now, quite of a bizarre events, or rather like a few bizarre events are going to take place for you guys, and those bizarre events are going to be quite astonishing, in a sense of that they will happen right at the right place, they are going to happen right at the right timing as well. And for many of you, they're going to look like they're going to look like the, how can I say, the salvation that one may need at their particular moment and at their particular situation. And that salvation, most likely, or rather like that's way through or way out, is going to come in a form of a proposal that is going to come your way. So you do have a very tempting offer to be helped, or a very tempting offer to start something with somebody, that it is coming your way. And the person for it is this one here, the King of Cups, that it is within the intention. Okay. So this is like I said, an offer or a helping hand that you have no reason to deny whatsoever. However, the circumstance, or rather like the conditions, I'm sorry, not the circumstances, but the conditions that you should go into it should be at your turf, or they should be, how can I say, negotiated by you. And that is very well can be seen with the Knight of Swords at the very first position. And that card points that next couple of weeks, they're going to be saturated, suffused, dappled. You find a synonym of it, of a decision makings from your behalf. So you do have a lot to think about. You are going to have a lot to decide for. And while these decisions, they are they need to be made, you being concentrated on the logics, on the facts, you know, and on the objectiveness of the situation. So you should not fly into the cloud nine. You should not build up a celluloid towers for yourself. You know, you should not build up a celluloid dreams. You should not get ahead of yourself. That regardless, your decisions, while logically supported, they also need to be consulted with your emotions. So whenever you want to decide about something, your decision needs to make sense, and simultaneously should be like how can I say, it should be like you do what you want to do, and in the same time what you want to do needs to make sense. It's very difficult to describe it here, but the reason why this all is happening to you, Gemini, is so you can bring forth a peace and stability, and how can I say, equilibrium, so to speak, in your life. And there are going to be many decisions out there. Most of them, or some of them, you will know what you want to do, you will know what you need to do. For others, that is not going to be that obvious. Okay, but that is another thing that you need to learn, or another lesson that you need to learn within the next couple of weeks. It is that if you are not sure what you need to do, it's better to wait rather than to force the decision out, because the more you wait, the more the right choice will start becoming obvious to you. And that's literally the next couple of weeks for Gemini here. And one last thing before we move to Cancer, it is that Gemini, there are aspects out there, you know, for example, circumstances, people's actions, and so on and so forth, which you are trying to deny, in a sense of that, say somebody tells you that you're a good person, and you're trying to deny that statement. You're trying to basically convince yourself the other way around. So you for some reason, there are some aspects in your life that you are ignorant for the truth. And the next couple of weeks and for the next couple of weeks, Gemini, you have to work very hard to acknowledge and accept the truth. You should not be ignorant about it, because the truth is going to set you free. So yeah, if you are trying, for example, to revoke, or not revoke, but to deny the fact that you are in love with somebody, for example, or if you do want to or if you are denying the fact that somebody is in love with you, or if you are denying the fact that you are not good at something, or that you are good at something, whatever you are trying to deny for a very, very long time, it's time for you to accept it right now. What do you mean, Cinnamon Kiss, that you have lost me? Like I said at the start of the live stream, at the well, yeah, like I said at the start of the live stream, there are some problems with the stream feed, and I cannot figure out where those problems are coming from. Okay, I think it's not me, because I tried like 3 different connections that are around my house, and they both yield the same results, like no stable feed. But it could be as well me, I don't know. And if it is me, it should be something from my computer or something like this. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, well, Esther, thank you so much for your 10 Australian dollars, Esther. Thank you so much. Let me put you into the list. No, it's I don't think it's your internet. But yeah, I mean, it's not you guys. It's either me, or it is the YouTube connection. I don't know what is wrong with it. But it's definitely acting weird. So let's give it a couple of minutes to see if it's gonna run well. Let's give it a couple of minutes. Well, Ginger, it's not Mercury. It's not Mercury. This time around, it isn't. But yeah, I have to figure out what's wrong with it. Well, it's not the internet in my place. It's not the internet, because I do have a lot of devices linked to the to the router, and everything is working properly. Even my laptop is working properly, you know. But as soon as I start streaming, something starts happening in the feed. It is not a good feed. Okay, the streaming feed is not a good feed. So let's hope that it's gonna stay stable. And a couple of oh my god. I do apologize about that. And a couple of streams ago, the same well, I had the same problem, but around 3:15 everything went well, and the whole live stream, 3.5 hours moving forward, it went well. No frame loss, no feed lost, everything was fine. Right now, it's there is a lot of feed lost. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. All right. So moving next, we do have Cancer, and the first card for Cancer, that is going to be the High Priestess. followed by the Five of Wands. Moving next, that is going to be the Eight of Swords. Afterwards, what we have, that will be the Six of Swords, and the last one here, that will be the Chariot card. So we do have those 5 cards, guys. Okay. So we do have those 5 cards, and Cancer's next couple of weeks are going to be rather quite peaceful for them, because they will. That's the thing about Cancer. Again, let me show you the cards here. So we do have the High Priestess on the very first position and the Five of Wands into the second position. And what those couple of cards are speaking about, it is that the next couple of weeks, you guys, Cancer, are not going to have any incentive to do anything different than what you are doing right now. And yet the difference, or rather like the different circumstances, I don't know how to call it. The out of the ordinary circumstances are going to taunt you to take advantage of them and to deviate from the path that you are walking right now, from the path that you have chosen, to move on forward. And so what happens here, it is that, well, this is how, for example, an incentive to get into an affair happens, right? Or this is how, for example, an incentive to try a different job from the one that you do have happens as well. And that is the incentive people lose things. Okay, so you have to be very careful into the next couple of weeks not to sabotage, undermine, or straight away betray an aspect in your life, like relationship, like a job, you know, like a trust, for example, that it is very, very important to you. What the suggestion here from these cards is, it is to stay where you are, Cancer. Okay, to do what you are doing, to keep up with the job you are at right now, to keep up with the person you have interest into, to keep up with the relationship that you are into, instead of choosing the easy way around, you know, and just going for something very, very different. But the High Priestess has also a quite of a how can I say, an expression, especially for you guys who are single. And the High Priestess is always on a quest, so to speak, to find a soulmate. And thus, in the next couple of weeks, should a soulmate doesn't come your way, you need to know that you are getting into that direction, you are going into that direction, and eventually you are gonna find such in your life. Now, what you are about to learn into the next couple of weeks, it is, guys, that regardless what the situation is, okay, there is always a peace treaty, or there could be always a peace treaty acknowledged, achieved, or accomplished, right? And that's whenever you do want to make a progress into what you are doing, sometimes you will have to kind of like go beyond yourself. Sometimes you will have to simply just close your eyes and make a step forward, because there is a time that you do reach your limits, right? And if you do want more progress, you just have to trespass your limits. And that this trespass is always something quite scary. This trespass is always something quite fearful. And in reality, there is nothing for nobody to be afraid of at the end of the day, because that is how we do get better into what you do and to what we are after, and in generally in life itself. Ginger, thank you so much for your $10 support. Thank you so much, Ginger. And Cinnamon Kiss as well, thank you so much for your £5 super chat support. So no, I won't let them frustrate me, Cinnamon Kiss, but it is rather frustrating because I want everything to be smooth, guys, and to be able to simply provide for you. Let me put you both into the list for super chat. And like I said at the end of the live stream, I'm going to perform a readings for you guys who support me through Super Chat currently. So that finalizes the things for Cancer. One last thing before we move to the free reading giveaway here, guys. It is that what you do have to support you here as an energy, it is the triumph against whatever odds you are to face. And that is why you should use the next couple of weeks to truly push your boundaries, to truly push your limits and try to break through that boundaries or these boundaries and that limit as well. So you should definitely gonna go up and kind of like aim a high goals, a high accomplishments, a high achievements. Back up to 45. What is that cinnamon case? All right, so now, guys, the first free reading giveaway is going to take place. So I'm giving you 5 minutes to submit your question into the comments down below. Anybody who wishes a free reading with me, that is how you do get it, by inputting your question into the comments in one of these breaks that are to happen throughout the live streams. And of course, like I said, the super chat contributors are going to get their reading at the end of the live stream regardless. And if you do wish your own personal reading, you can go to my website, which is listed here into the comments, and there at the very front page you're going to see full list of my services and as well their pricing. Well, that's the thing, Cinnamon Kiss. If I see a video or a live stream stuttering, I'm not gonna watch it myself. Okay, I do understand if people leave. It's because there is nothing to watch. If the live stream is bad as a quality, the live stream is bad as a quality. It's like a book. You know, if the book is ruined, it doesn't matter how valuable the information is if you cannot see that information in it. And it is the same thing here. Missing a frames from a live stream is like missing a pages from a book. So if the feed it is not consistent, then you are missing things. And it's just, yeah. That is basically the incentive. But thank you so much, Cinnamon Kiss. Hello, Sarah. Welcome to the live stream. Thanks. Thank you, Dimitar. Merci. Hello, Danny. Welcome to the live stream. Can I explain the Page of Swords? Well, Page of Swords, it's and just give me a second here. So Page of Swords, it's I definitely can be a spy, but not necessarily. Now, the thing about the Page of Swords, it is that it does expresses the thoughts and the view, the vision, the how can I say, the ideas, if you will, that are unfathomable for anybody else. And thus, the Page of Swords, as an individual, it's quite a rebellious individual because they are a misunderstood by anybody around, and as they can be something of a great threat, so to speak, because you cannot see their arguments, or rather, like, you cannot see why they're doing certain stuff. The Page of Swords also could be of a great help, happen to be a quite of an unexpected help coming your way, as as you don't, how can I say, as you can't fathom their reasons why they're helping you. Page of Swords also are people who are very, how can I say, very good at presenting fictions as facts. So they could be deceivers, they could be liars, and also they could be spies through, deceiving yourself to think that they're your friend, but they aren't in reality. That is, long story short, about the Page of Swords. Hello, Lolly. Welcome to the live stream. So we do have a one question here submitted by Ginger, which is, should I go back to school, learn something new? Now, even without drawing a tarot cards for you, Ginger, I would say that you should, because it is always helpful to learn something new. It is never a bad thing for anybody to learn something new, but let's check it out through the cards. All right, so we do have the Fool catalyzed with the Death card, and then we do have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so we do have those three cards for you, Ginger. So as you can guess, with the Fool card at the very first position, or at the very prime of the reading, yes, it's a great thing, not to mention that learning something new, you definitely are going to have a reason, and not just only a reason, but as well an opportunity to start working or to start making money of it. Now, because we do have the other two cards next to the Fool, which happens to be active neutrals to the Fool, you do have a choice of what you are to learn as a something new. And here you have to be quite of a, how can I say, quite of a clever, probably is the word that I should use, in regards to what you should start learning, because you may start learning something that later on you may identify for yourself that you don't like it. You just don't have any passion for it, and for that you need to be quite of a aware of what you want to learn, and what is going to keep your interest in general, because you don't want to end up at the end working or doing something that you have no pleasure from. So that is the only, how can I say, negative or disadvantageous part of that idea of yours to start learning something. But at the end of the day, you, Ginger, can accomplish and do a lot by learning something new. And once again, I'm going to repeat it here, is that what that new thing is, it needs to be something that it is not most efficient, but it is something that you find quite inspiring, you find pleasure into it, okay, and in generally something you would love and you would like. Because today's everybody is focused on what makes most money and not what it makes most happiness, so to speak. And even though a computer engineering may be making the most money out of the world, if it is not something you like, then you should not try to follow it. Well, I cannot figure it out for you, Ginger. I mean, I don't know what you like, so try and research. Just try it, try different things and just research. Okay, a couple of minutes, guys, and we're moving to the next 4 star signs. Hello, Tash. Thank you. Thank you so much for your $5 support. Thank you so much, Tasha. I'm putting you into the list of a super chat support, and just give me a moment here. So we do love advice. Okay. What am I vaping? It's I don't know, it's a G vape, so called, and it is, the brand is this brand. It's basically, oh my god, this brand, it says Camelus. All right, so Terry, thank you so much for your $4.99 support. Thank you so much, Terry. Let me put you into the list. Hello, Joanna, welcome to the live stream. Hope you enjoy it. So next we do have Leo, and just I want to say that, guys, if the image is stuttering, I at least hope that the sound isn't. Okay, so if the sound is stuttering, just let me know of it. No, Danny, thank you so much for your 4.99 support. Thank you so much, Danny. Let me put you into the list as well. And at the end of the stream, you will have your reading as well. All right. So the first card for Leo, that is going to be the Nine of Cups, followed by the second card here of the Wheel of Fortune. Moving on next, we do have the third card for Leo, that will be the Three of Swords here, followed by the fourth card of the Five of Cups, and the last card for Leo, that will be the Two of Cups. So we do have those 5 cards here, okay? So we do have those 5 cards. Joanna, thank you so much for your $5 support. Thank you so much, Joanna. I'm gonna input you as well into the list, and at the end of the live stream, I'm gonna make you your reading as well. So make sure you do stick around up until the end to have it. And Ella, thank you so much for your $20 support, Ella. Thank you so much. Again, putting you into the list, and at the end of the live stream, I'm going to perform you your reading as well. Right, so let's get back to Leo. Those 5 cards, guys, and the next couple of weeks for Leo are going to be rehabilitating weeks, okay, for them, where Leo are to overcome, or how can I say, heal, if you will, from a past misfortune. Which misfortune could be, for example, a broken heart, it could be a denial, it could be about certain failure. Now, next week, how this is going to happen, that healing or that mending process, is not through suffering, as the Three of Swords usually suggesting, because the Three of Swords, it is the card pointing that, you know, when you are suffering from something, you just have to gnash your teeth and just move through it, okay? That is the only way how you do heal from it. But here for you, into the next couple of weeks, Leo, you are, guys, going to stumble upon a thing that is going to make you very happy, and through that happiness, it is how you're going to heal from a past misfortune. Now, that happiness is going to definitely involve somebody else, as the energies here are supporting you are saying. We do have Two of Cups, so if you don't have anybody right now, such a person is gonna definitely appear within the next couple of weeks, and is going to be reciprocal to what you have experienced as loss and to what you have experienced as a misfortune. For example, if you have been fired, then a person that is going to appear will have some kind of a business proposition. If you are suffering from a broken heart, then definitely somebody is going to come about that you will be able to start some kind of a relationship with. So we do have a reciprocal, how can I say, good fortune that is countering the misfortune that you have experienced recently or into the past few months, so to speak. And why that is happening, what is the reason behind it? Well, the reason is, so you see that even though there are moments that you are falling down, you know, you are brought down, you are smothered down by the world, by the universe, if you will, that is so you can always bring yourself back to on your feet, and you just become better. Bring yourself back on your feet and do more. Bring yourself back on your feet and achieve more. And therefore, even if by this point some of you guys had a misfortune in love, that is not a reason to abandon love for its own sake, or even because, or for example, just because by now you have an unsuccessful business endeavors, that doesn't mean that you should abandon the idea to have your own business or to chase your own dreams in regards to a business. So that is literally what we do have for Leo here. And one last thing I would like to say about Leo's reading, it is that you guys, once that thing happens for you, you know, once you do face the happiness, that will be the easy part of the next couple of weeks. Okay, the more difficult part for you, Leo, is to how can I say, it is to sustain it. So once it comes about, moving forward, you need to have or you need to incorporate the necessary actions into the situation, so you do sustain it. A job will require performance, a relationship will require attitude and attention, and so on and so forth, and therefore you should have the determination and readiness to give it. All right, so moving next, we do have Virgo. Mm-hmm. All right, so for Virgo, the first card, that will be the Five of Cups, followed by the second card that we do have, that is going to be the Queen of Wands. Then the third card of your spread, Virgo, that will be the Six of Cups. Moving next, what we have, that will be the Queen of Swords, and the last card for you, Virgo, that will be the Seven of Pentacles. So we do have those 5 cards. We do have those 5 cards, and that is really bothering me, man. All right, so for Virgo, next couple of weeks are going to be rather like a roller coaster here and there. So unfortunately, you, Virgo, are going to encounter, guys, a certain disappointment, and even into a most extreme cases for you, you will experience certain sense of losses here and there. Now, for the more emotional Virgos, this is gonna be a great deal. Okay, being disappointed, having a sense of that you have lost something here and there. But what you need to know, and what you should make a note of right now, it is that these disappointments and these losses, they are just a temporary things. Okay, so you have a temporary disappointment, or you are about to experience just a partial loss, but the whole thing that you are into, the whole situation that you are into, it's pretty much sound and safe. For example, you know, you let's say your girlfriend or your boyfriend approaches you and tells you that they need time to think and they just walk away from the relationship, you may kind of experience that as a loss, that you have lost your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You're never going to get them back, but that is just a partial loss. Okay, they are eventually gonna come back, if not anything else, just to settle the score, and at that point you will have a chance to just recuperate the relationship. So whatever it is to happen there, okay, you need to know that the whole endeavor is not yet doomed, it is not yet lost. Now, why though this is happening, however, there are some actions, approach, attitude, whatever the case, that it is incorrect, and that is from your behalf. Okay, so either you are not attending correctly to the situation, you are not acting correctly towards your beloved one, all right, or you are not dealing correctly with the projects or with your colleagues at your work, and so on and so forth. And next couple of weeks, this is a forceful break through these disappointments and losses that you are to experience, so you can analyze, and you can, how can I say, you can reassess your approach towards your love life and towards your career as well. And at the end, you are going to come back or rather, like, your comeback into the situation is going to be way stronger than the status, or rather like the presence you had before that comeback happened. Okay, so what is the problem that we do have here for you, Virgo? Well, that Queen of Wands into the second position, and that Queen of Wands into the second position, it kind of points to, and I'm sorry of saying it, guys, but here we do not sugarcoat things. So that Queen of Wands there stands that things you find acceptable for the situation as a whole, they are unacceptable. Things about yourself you do find acceptable, they are unacceptable. For example, you are making an act, you are making an action, you make a decision that to you sounds that it is the only thing that makes sense, but actually in the eyes of others, in the eyes of your colleagues or of your beloved one, you know, or of your bosses, your family, it is a it is quite unacceptable. So that's why you need to make a retrospective. You need to draw a line here into the next couple of weeks, analyze and scale your actions, scale your decisions, and there just kind of like analyze what you do wrong and come back and do it right, and do it right this time around. And believe me, you will learn how to basically push the situation through. You will learn how to tackle the whole thing forward. So that is a mandatory break that the universe itself is gonna put on you, is going to basically, how can I say, is going to enforce you into it. Tara, thank you so much for your $4.99 US support. Thank you so much, Tara. I'm gonna put you into the list, and at the end of the live stream, I'm going to perform you a personalized reading for the full moon into Aries itself. And now, before I jump into Libra, for all of you guys which are that is, we're going to see how things are going to move forward, and then I'm going to announce it at the end. All right, so next one, that is going to be, thank you, Tara. Thank you so much. So next one, we do have Libra. Give me a second here, guys. Hopefully, Ginger. All right, so first one for Libra, that is going to be the 10 of Cups, followed by the second card of your spread, Libra, that will be the 8 of Cups. Moving next, we do have the 7 of Pentacles, followed by the fourth card here of the 2 of Swords. And the last card for Libra that we do have, that is going to be the 5 of Swords. So we do have those 5 cards here. And it's a very short read, okay, for Libra, but it is a rather on the positive end. And that is because, guys, you gotta learn how to hold on into something into the next couple of weeks, or that is why you are to encounter what it is you to encounter into the next couple of weeks. What happens here is that to a certain extent, hello, Alyssa. So into a certain extent, you're going to start considering walking out or walking away from certain situations, like walking away from your relationship, because to some extent, not entirely, but to some extent, your relationship is starting to become inconvenient to you. You are going to start considering, for example, walking away of a certain friendship once again, because that friendship is starting to become a little bit inconvenient for you, and or start considering walking away from your job because that job has become a little bit inconvenient for you. But here you have to take under consideration, or you gotta stop yourself for a second and think about what those things are giving to you in return. So the whole transit here for you, Libra, into the next couple of weeks, it is to actually understand how blessed you are into what you are. You may not have much, but what you have is actually a blessing. And that's literally the reading. And for that reason, before you decide to walk away from something, you have to stop yourself of doing it, at least for the moment, and think about the investment and investments you do into it, and think about how much that thing gives you. It may not give you the ideal yields at the end of the day, but it gives you something. And when you do make that retrospective, you may find that actually gives you more than the expected of in regards to what you invest into it. So while a little bit inconvenient, you cannot blame it for it here, okay? And also you have to think about your destination. What I mean is that what your goal is, and in generally what you do want for yourself and for your life. And once you do so, you will see that what's your blessings right now, if not providing it, they are a assets toward it. So you definitely should not walk away lightly from whatever you are in right now, like a relationship, like a job, like a friendship. According to these cards, I think that you should give it at least one more chance. If the how can I say, if the prospect of leaving is not clear, but you are just guessing what will happen there, then that's definitely not the right course of a action. All right, that was for Leo, and now moving next, we do have Scorpio. Hello, Amber. Right. So for Scorpio, the first card we have, that is going to be the Page of Pentacles, followed by the second one here of the Eight of Cups. Moving next, what we do have, that is going to be the Ten of Wands. Afterwards, what we do have, that is going to be the King of Cups. And the last one for Scorpio, that will be the King of Wands. So we do have those 5 cards. For Scorpio. Mm. All right, so for Scorpio, this is going to be rather, again, let me show you the 5 cards here, guys. Those 5 cards. Arbo, thank you so much for your $9.99 support. Thank you so much, Arbo. Just give me a moment here. To put you into the list. And at the end of the live stream, I'm going to perform you a personalized reading for the transit. All right, so yeah, Johnny, that's not how I do here. But for Scorpio, this is going to be an important transit because it seems that we are gonna have not the incentive, but the circumstances, I would say it that way. We're gonna have the circumstances to make a significant progress toward whatever ambitions we do have. Say you do have an ambition to buy a house, significant progress into that direction. Say you do have an ambition to become important asset into your career, same thing, a significant progress into that direction. Say you do have an ambition to improve your love status or your love relationship or whatever, same thing, a significant progress is going to be done into that direction. Now, couple of conditions so that to happen. Obviously, first one, never abandon that ambition. That is literally the first one, and it is very well described here with the Eight of Cups. Now, the second condition is described by the Ten of Wands, and it is pretty much self-explanatory. We have to basically bust our asses to work for it. It will be very demanding. It will be a kind of like how can I say, it will require a lot of attention. It will require a lot of a lot for us to throw into it. Okay, it will require as well a lot of consistency. I don't know how to say it, guys, but the whole thing is gonna have a pattern, and we have to follow that pattern without deviating from it, no matter what. Okay, so just no matter what, we should not even try to pass by, I'm sorry, a single rule out there. So we gotta follow up the consistency. And ultimately, at the end, why we have to do it that way, or that is going to be the transit where we're going to have to learn that everything has its own, how can I say, you can call it to-go list if you will, but everything has its own follow-up, so to speak. So one thing follows after another, even in love. And therefore, even in love, we have to approach the matter consistently, or rather like professionally. I'm sorry, not consistently, but professionally. So the first thing we have to do into the next couple of weeks is that we should identify what works for us the most, and that should become our ambition, and therefore make a significant progress into that ambition. So one thing at the time, and the first thing that we need to focus on, it is that ambition. Therefore, multitasking into the next couple of weeks. It is literally the worst thing we can do for us and for everybody around us. And one last thing about the love life that we may experience in the next couple of weeks. This time around, we should actually show to the world as a Scorpio that we are capable of experiencing and as well showing a deep emotions. So if there is somebody you love, I love, because I'm Scorpio, definitely you should go to that person and just say that to them. Just divulge it, show it in any way you can, because that also is going to get you one step closer to your ambition. And so, guys, we are approaching the second break. And now I'm going to give you again a 5 minutes to input questions should you want a free reading from me. And that is the way how you get it. When I do announce one of these breaks, you do input a question into the comments, and at the end of the break, I'm going to pick one question and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. And of course, the super chat supporters are going to get their reading at the end of the live stream regardless. Okay. And finally, if you do wish a personalized reading, you can go to my website, which you're going to find into the list below or into the description of the live stream. And there at the very front page, you're going to see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. How come, Sarah? Well, if there are things you need to say, Sarah, you just say them. I mean, what do you mean you don't know how? You say them the straight way, because this is the only right way. I mean, see, if the things you gotta say are the true things, they are the truth. There is only one way to say the truth, and that is the open way. You know, you say it as it is, and that's literally the truth. Because if there is more than one way to say something, then that's not true, basically. Auntie Phillips, I don't get the question. So you have problems dealing with your work and you want a how can I say, a guidance how to do it better? Is that what your question is? Well, they are gonna be hurt one way or another, Sarah. One way or another, you will eventually. Eventually, what you have to say or what the core of the matter is has to be faced, because things cannot go on like this forever. You know, eventually you are gonna burst out. That's how I see it. So it's better now than when it really piles up and kind of like explodes. Well, yeah, it's well, if that's about work, Empty Phillips, I am always repeating that thing, and I'm gonna say it once more. You are there, man, to make money, not to make friends. So just close yourself to it. I mean, people talk bullshits all the time. People are trying to provoke you all the time. People are trying to put you in an uncomfortable position all the time. Just ignore all that. I mean, what do you even care what anybody thinks of you in your career or into your workplace if it is not your boss? What your boss thinks of you, that's important, okay? But what anybody else thinks of you, that should not be you should give less toward it than anybody else, because at the end of the day, if you do your job, how can I say, conscientiously, then it's all fine. And for as far as you're concerned, you've done your job. So go there and do your job. Don't go there and try to make friends with everybody. And that way, I think that you should have a much easier time with your career. All right, Danny. So how do you improve? Okay, let's check it out then. How do you improve your relationship with your sister? Let's check it out. Well, Danny, these are your cards. So these are your cards, and the relationship with your sister, it's it cannot be improved through a forceful manner or a forceful matter. The short answer to the question is, it is that you will have to aim to spend more quality time together. Okay, like going out together on a restaurant, going out together on a cinema, going out together on some kind of a parks, hanging out in these kind of stuff. So you have to aim to enjoy life more with her, and that way you are going to strengthen the bonds in between you two. So that is the answer to your question, Danny. How to improve a relationship with your sister? Heather, thank you so much for your $4.99 US. Thank you so much, Heather. Let me put you into the list, and at the end of the live stream, I'm going to perform you a personalized reading. All right, guys, I already answered one question here in this break, and the last break is gonna happen after the next 4 star signs. So stick around up until that. If you do wish a free reading, just let me fill up my vapor here with liquid, and we are ready to go for the last 4 star signs. No, we are about to start Sagittarius. All right, let me shuffle. All right, so the first card for Sagittarius, that is going to be the Fool card, followed by the second one here, which stands as the Ace of Swords. Moving next, what we do have for Sagittarius, that is going to be the Three of Wands, followed by the fourth one, which is the Ten of Swords, and the last one for Sagittarius, that will be the Ten of Pentacles. So those 5 cards here. And it's pretty clear for Sagittarius, and it is pretty short read. In fact, it's pretty short message. And the message is very simple, guys. You Sagittarius have to make a kind of like a clean break with the past, or with a thing that right now is holding you back or preventing you from a move forward, to move forward. Like for example, exhausted job opportunity, or for example exhausted relationship opportunity, okay, or for example exhausted friendship, and you have to learn how to say no. You have to learn throughout the next couple of weeks how to pretty much detach yourself from it, and then just simply, you know, strive toward a new destination, in your life. Now here, as we do have the Ace of Swords, okay, into the reading, into the second position of the reading. That card pretty much here states that you do not have the how can I point it, the real understanding, unfortunately, over the situation itself. So yeah, you can call it that way, that you guys, for one or another reason, are deceiving yourself, or you are lying to yourself. Well, it's not like that, but it is more like there is an information that it is withheld from you, that you do not see it, that you don't know it, and that's without that information, you're basically making or are forming a wrong diagnosis over the situation that you are in, either career-wise or either relationship-wise. But that information is going to come your way eventually, and when it comes your way, it will be pretty much clear to you that you will have to pretty much move on. And the decision for that should be definitive, and the action for that, it should be how can I say, irreversible, so to speak. But there is a pros to it, okay, or there is a prosperity to it, which is that you will regain back your own personal independence, and from there a new beginning is awaiting you, which is, by the way, the topic here of your transit of the Fool card, that it is the new beginning itself that awaits you in the next couple of weeks. And the only thing that it is standing in between you and that new beginning, it is that heavy stone that it is pretty much you are carrying on, that you will have to basically drop down. It's just you have to make a clean break with that. So yeah, the reading for you, Sagittarius, is that you need to make a clean break with the past and just move on from there on forwards. Because once you do so, we do have the Three of Wands as an intentions, and that card speaks that aside from the exhausted opportunity, the exhausted relationship, or the exhausted work, and so on and so forth, everything else looks really good. You are actually sitting on well-established foundations for yourself. You are sitting on well-established patterns, and now you just have to challenge yourself to go for more. And if what you consider as an opportunity does not provide you with more, then obviously you will need to have you will need to find another opportunity that presents you for more. So Arbo, yeah, I mean, like I said, I do have issues with the live stream. All right, so it seems that we are back again. Like I said, there is a issue with the live stream. Okay, so yeah, I do apologize for that. I'm going to investigate it for the next live stream, why this is happening, because that cannot keep up. That cannot be forever. Definitely, it cannot be forever. All right, so yeah, that is for you, Sagittarius. You just have to, guys, recognize when the opportunity is exhausted and just move on from there. Mhm. All right, so next we do have Capricorn. All right, so for Capricorn, the first card is going to be the Devil card, guys, followed by the next one, which is the Temperance. Moving next, what we do have for Capricorn, that is going to be the Seven of Cups, followed by the Lover's card. And the last one that we do have, that is going to be the Page of Pentacles. So those 5 cards, I'm gonna hold them a little bit longer here, so at least one frame catches them. Yeah, Ginger, I am, aside from that I am frustrated that this is happening with the live stream, I am okay. But I am really frustrated right now. Really frustrated. All right, let's move on. So, for a Capricorn, next couple of weeks for you guys are going to be quite how do you call the state that you are very, it's not really excited, it's more like a you very much looking forward to things to happen, okay? So that is to be the reason for Capricorn. It is because this next couple of weeks for them are the weeks where they are going to exert a true harmony into their environment, a true harmony into their love life, a true harmony into as well their career, and that will happen through a very peculiar state of Capricorn, which is going to be the state of where Capricorn are going to rather do instead of doing the most how can I say accustomed thing or a way for them, they are actually gonna ground themselves, and instead of being very impulsive, they're eager. That's the word. Thank you, Pisces Moonbeam. So eager. Okay. So yeah, instead of doing the first impulsive thing they come up with, which they may think that it is the most how can I say, the most thing that makes sense, they are going to ground themselves instead, and therefore their actions and their approach towards situations and so on will become rather very consistent, okay, and will become rather very rational, was the word that I was searching for here. And that way, in fact, for a Capricorn, they now will be able to create their own circumstances into their environment, and through these circumstances that they will be able to force on their own accord, Capricorn will be able to pretty much accomplish things that through their normal state, through their normal approach, through their normal behavior, they wouldn't be able to. So these couple of weeks for you Capricorns are the couple of weeks where you're truly gonna make difference, guys, in terms of your love life and as well in terms of your career. And the energies, I love those energies which are supporting you here, Capricorn. These are the energies through which there you will always know what kind of like worth your while. You will always know what can give you true value. You will always gonna know, you know, what worth it and what doesn't. And therefore it's highly unlikely, Capricorn, that you are gonna throw yourself into situations that you are gonna feel like used, like deprived, and like how can I say, like you have wasted your time. Okay. So important couple of weeks for you Capricorn to truly do what you do the way you want to do it. All right, so moving next, we do have Aquarius. All right, so for Aquarius, the first card we do have, that is going to be the Queen of Wands, followed by the second one here, which stands as the Star card, followed by the third one, which is the Eight of Wands. Moving next, what we do have for you Aquarius, that is going to be the Hierophant. And the last one for you, that will be the Seven of Wands. Heather, thank you so much for your $20 support. Thank you so much, Heather. Just let me put you into the list. And at the end of the stream, which is very, very soon, you will have your... where do I see your career? Okay, just hold on a second. Right, so for Aquarius, those 5 cards, guys, I'm gonna hold them up for a few frames so you can look at the cards. Okay. Well, Aquarius, in the next couple of weeks, you, my friends, you truly have to become a quite opportunistic, especially into the career environment. It's highly likely that within the next couple of weeks you are to be assigned, even if not on paper, on words, into something important, and you definitely are going to have some people to boss around, and therefore you have to show your astute sense of business, and how to spread accurately people, knowing their pros and their cons. In other words, next couple of weeks, your understanding and your how can I say, perception into the human nature is to be tested, and basically through it you get to place yourself into the world like the center of the universe, like the center of the society, like the center of the company. And that, guys, is going to attract so much attention toward you that if by now, for example, you have suffered from say opportunities to interact with people either on a romantic level or either on a business level, at least for the next couple of weeks, you are not going to suffer from it at all. Now, and therefore, there are going to be far more people to interact with on a romantic and on a business level than usual. Now, however, this is going to bring some unintended consequences, and these are going to be the consequences of jealousy. Okay, so there are going to be, aside from that, there are going to be people very interested into you, sheerly in terms of your career skills and sheerly in terms of your presence when it comes to attraction. There are going to be those that will simply want your place. But that being said, the energies which are going to support you, Aquarius, through all that are not going to allow those which are happening to be your competition or your rival, so to speak, to go unnoticed, which usually happens. And here you will, throughout the next couple of weeks, you will immediately recognize who is benign and who is not a benign, who is noxious to you. And it's highly advisable that you put a fight straight away, you put a stand straight away to those that are noxious to your life, to your relationship, to your friendship circle, okay, and to your career manifestation, in fact. Now, the other thing, it is that not everything is gonna go according to your standards and according to your beliefs, and that is why you need to learn to adjust your standards and to adjust your beliefs to what is possible and not what you want. So this is an important transit for you, Aquarius, because in this transit you are going to learn one of the most valuable lessons that I find in the universe, and that is the lesson that not always what you want, it is the best thing for you. Okay, that is exactly what you are going to learn here. And not always the person you want, it is the best person for you. Not always the project you want, it is the best project for you. Not always, the result you want, it is the best result for you. And you're going to see that thing straight away. Good night, Sarah. Have a sweet dreams. Right, so last but not least, guys, we do have Pisces, and the first card for Pisces, that will be the Fool card, followed by the second one here of the Eight of Wands. Moving next, what we do have, that is going to be the Nine of Pentacles. The fourth card for Pisces, that will be the Six of Cups, and the last one for Pisces, that will be the Wheel of Fortune. So we do have those 5 cards here for Pisces. Okay. And it's a really easygoing, carefree next couple of weeks for Pisces. Not much to be said about those cards here, guys, aside from that the universe, the fortune, the fortuna is going to really smile your way, because for what it seems, there are going to be very unexpected circumstances around you that will, on the surface, they're gonna look very, very random. Okay, it is like, it is like sheer luck that brought all those things your way, that brought all those opportunities your way. And one of these opportunities here is going to happen to be an opportunity, as the Nine of Pentacles is divulging, of a huge leap into development. So depending on what that opportunity is, it will define that leap. For example, okay, if this is a job opportunity, that is going to be the job for you. If that's a romantic opportunity, then that is the person for you. Okay, if that is a friendship opportunity, that is the friend for you. So that is the thing. A huge leap into development awaits you, and definitely is gonna, as the Fool card here suggests at the very start of the reading, it definitely kind of like suggests a new beginning that is going to take place. Now, this new beginning here, Pisces, it doesn't have to be a complete severance with your past, but instead is going to be rather something very, very refreshing. And why this is happening, well, it's pretty easy to be said here from those 5 cards for you guys. And all this is happening to you, Pisces, so you do see that actually life worth enjoying it. So you do see that even from the small things in life, you can benefit a lot, and you can bring a lot of joy from it. You don't need something marvelous, you don't need something gigantic, you don't need something colossal to feel happy, but you can feel happy just from something small, just like that, with a snap of your finger, at the right moment, at the right place that it is manifesting. And these are going to be the circumstances that you are going to enjoy, and therefore through it, Pisces, you will learn to enjoy your career, you will learn to enjoy yourself, you will learn to enjoy your friendships, you will learn to enjoy your romantic life as well, regardless of what stage that life is. And in generally next couple of weeks, you will learn how to make happiness out of everything that it is that you are surrounded yourself with, okay, and everything that it is about to come your way. Yeah, Pisces it's a really, really good read for the next couple of weeks. Literally, Pisces are going to kind of like put happiness everywhere, you know. Even if by now there is a situation that you are very unhappy from, you will learn how to become happy from it, or from certain aspects from it. So with that being said, we have finished all 12 star signs. Now the last break is going to take place, and after that break, the super chat readings are going to take place as well. And you guys, if you do want a personalized reading from me, just go to my website, which is listed down below into the live stream, into the description, and there at the very front page on that website, you're going to see full list of my services and as well their pricing. Right, so the last break is taking place, and I'm giving you 5 minutes. If any of you have a question that wants to contribute to the, or rather like, how can I say? Yeah, contribute to the free reading. Right now, put it into the comments down below, or oh my god, what I'm talking about. So right now the free reading is going to take place, and to participate into it, just put a question into the comments down below, and after 5 minutes I'm going to pick one question and I'm going to make a professional reading on that question. And again, guys, I am so sorry about the quality of the live stream and that you had to endure that thing. Thank you to all of you that sticked around to the end. Truth be told, I wouldn't. Okay, truth be told, I wouldn't. And it just kind of like amazes me about the loyalty of my fan base. I may not be the most popular out there, but my fan base just anybody could be jealous on my fan base. Anybody could be jealous of it, because you are the best. You're literally the best. Well, it's not even about one thing I want to ask you guys. Was the sound interrupted throughout the live stream when it was stuttered? When it was stuttering, I mean the image was stuttering, but does the sound was interrupted? That is more, the sound is more important than the image. Oh, okay, so the audio stayed with me. That's the important thing. Yeah, the video was choppy. I know, and that really frustrates me. That really frustrates me so much. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much. Well, I guess that's the important part, that the sound stayed. Because yeah, the picture was glitchy, definitely. And it's glitching right now as well. I can see it on the feed. And truth be told, that really, really bothers me. Really bothers me. Danny, yeah, because the live stream is only 2 hours behind. You need to wait for about a day so the full live stream is there until YouTube process it. All right, so the question, Liz Rosario, should I buy a home with my sibling or should I not? Let's check it out. Well, Liz, these are the cards if you do buy with your sibling, and these are the cards if you do buy on your own, okay? And on your own is definitely better, but if you don't have the luxury to do it right now on your own, you definitely can get along with your sibling, okay? You are going to, how can I say, find a way to kind of like coexist together and to manage the house together. There are definitely gonna be some there are definitely going to be some kind of like points of conflicts out there, kind of like points across that cannot be transformed, and it's kind of like there are going to be as well ignorance. But ultimately, at the end of the day, Liz, you will get along, or rather like you are going to find a common ground and the right approach toward the common property. The cards which should you buy the home alone are much more favorable, and they do speak that the investment that you are about to do for buying it yourself is going to worth your while far more than the other how can I say, the other option here of buying it with your sibling. And that is literally the answer from the cards. Again, I cannot make decision for you, Liz, so you do it yourself, probably using the information that Tarot gives you. All right, so that was the free reading from the second break, and now we are moving to the super chat readings. All right, so give me a second here. All right. Just give me a second, guys. Hello, Anna. Welcome to the live stream. All right, so first it's Esther, and for this transit, Esther, you do have the Five of Cups, which is accompanied with the Seven of Cups, so you do have those two cards. And you, Esther, are going to face some difficulties in the next couple of weeks in regards to the planned events, in regards to the say endeavors, say situations that you are hoping that these situations are going to take place. And most likely those disappointments that you're going to face are going to be in how can I say, in a correlation with either delays, or that things are not happening in a perfect way, or things are not happening as planned. Now, just because there are delays and just because the things are not happening as planned, that doesn't mean that everything is going to fall apart. Now, this is just something temporary, and therefore you definitely should not abandon your plans. You can consider that the next couple of weeks, Esther, for you and for your lunar cycle are weeks where it is just they're going to be a weeks of a crisis, and it's going to be decided how much you do wish what you have planned for these couple of weeks for you, or what you have intended to do for the next couple of weeks of you is going to be tested how much you do deserve it by not abandoning it, and by not how can I say, walking away from it, so to speak. All right, so next one, that is going to be Ginger. And Ginger, your card is the Hermit, and the second card for you, Ginger, for that transit is going to be the Queen of Pentacles. So those couple of cards. And this transit for you, Ginger, is going to be really, really good transit, because you are, for the most part, going to receive a benevolent support, through which into this transit you will resolve a lot of concerns and a lot of problems, career-wise and as well relationship-wise. Now this elemental dignity is a very broad, okay, and it's highly dependent on whatever situation you are moving through right now. But long story short here, Ginger, it is that there are some blocked potentials that are how can I say, kind of blocked behind, or locked, so to speak, behind a challenges, or behind difficulties, behind problems. Well, these couple of weeks you are to resolve that problems and then unlock whatever potential was locked there. So you can expect it to move that way. For example, you have problems into your career and you know that you do have potential into that career, but those problems right now are depriving you of developing that potential. Well, you can expect that within the next couple of weeks those problems are to be resolved through, once again, a benevolent support and benevolent help that you are going to have, and therefore these potentials are going to now become a possible to be developed. That same thing is referring to your love life as well. KS, thank you so much for your $5 support. Thank you so much, KS. Let me put you into the list here. All right, so next one. Let's hold on a second. Next one, that is going to be Cinnamon Kiss, and Cinnamon Kiss, your card is going to be the King of Cups, which is accompanied with the 5 of Wands. Poor guy, isn't he? Poor guy. All right, Cinnamon Kiss, next couple of weeks, you are going to have somebody around you that wants to offer you something, okay? And I'm saying the poor guy, it is because that person definitely doesn't know how to do it. So they're really scared, they're really afraid. So just my appeal to you is just make it easy on them, okay? Just make it easy on them. How you're going to recognize that person, it is that they act in a completely different way when they are with you, and in a different way when they're amongst crowds. It is just they are not the same person. That is how you are going to recognize them. They are gonna act, when you are alone with one another, they're gonna act like you are special to them, but when you are among crowds, they will act like you are just an ordinary, you know, common owner or common friend, and so on and so forth. So yeah, just make it easy on the guy, and if I were you, I would straight away ask them or ask him, what does they want? Because they really want to make an offer to you, a very tempting one, and an offer that you should at least consider exploring. Yeah, an offer that you should definitely, how can I say, there is no need for you to deny it whatsoever. Now tell me who is doomed this time around. All right, next one, Tasha. Love advice. You do have the Empress, Tasha, with the 9 of Wands, those couple of cards. Well, the love advice here for you, it is that you are definitely ready. Now, I don't know what your situation is. Career, are you in a relationship or are you looking for love? These cards read differently if you are in a relationship or if you are looking for love. But if you are in a relationship right now, these cards are a confirmation that you are on the right track with your feelings and with your intentions, okay? So if your intentions are that you want to leave your relationship, then these are the right intentions. If your intentions are to stick with the relationship, then these are the right intentions. Same thing refers to if you are single, but if you are single here, those cards are speaking about resilience to involve yourself only with the right person, okay? Instead of throwing yourself just into the arms of a somebody. And the advice of the cards, it is whatever how can I say, whatever opportunity you have in terms of love, because you are going to have such, okay? Before you render your verdict, should you make it or break it, withdraw from the midst of activities of that opportunity so you can consider very maturely, is this opportunity what you really want? But in terms of love, don't involve yourself in something that makes you even slightly uncomfortable. Only involve yourself into a relationship or into a, how can I say, into an interaction that makes you entirely comfortable. All right, so next one, that is going to be Terry. Terry, your card is the Six of Swords, accompanied with the Star card. So we do have those couple of cards for you, Terry. And oh my, it's very short. Well, next couple of weeks for you, Terry, are the couple of weeks where you're truly gonna do something, truly have to do something about your dream and about your goal. That is the how can I say, the boundary that you need to cross. You are gonna have such an opportunity. Okay, and it's kind of like the final push. I don't know how to explain it, Teddy, but take it that way. You are going to see in front of yourself an opportunity to make an action, that from which action there will be a significant change into your environment, and you are to be afraid of doing that action. But once you make that action, then the era of or rather like the aspects of turmoil within your life, they are pretty much going to be severed. They will pretty much gonna stop, and therefore a new era, a new dawn is going to shine in your life itself. So next couple of weeks for you are going to be a weeks of a significant progress toward fulfilling your ideals, toward fulfilling your standards, and out of those ideals may be an unfolding love may be born, and as well a very good business prospect may be born as well from it, depending on what your ideals and what your standards are. But a courageous and brave actions are to be needed, so the foundation of all that is to be settled. All right, so next one, that will be Danny, and Danny, your card is the Lovers, and it's accompanied by the Hermit here. Next, these two cards. Well, Danny, it's a pretty easy read for you, man. It's a pretty short one, and basically points that next couple of weeks you will just have to spend them the way you like, because they are going to be irrelevant or meaningless for the grand scheme of things and for the future. And therefore, even if in the next couple of weeks something seems to be very important in decision making wise, okay, it's actually not. So just do whatever you like. Same thing, it's valid for problems. In the next couple of weeks, if you do encounter a problem which seems very significant, actually it isn't, okay? And so attend to it in a way you see best fit for yourself. So that is literally the reading. Next couple of weeks for you, Danny, very irrelevant for the grand scheme of things. So whatever happens there, either good or bad, it definitely can go the other way around. So make a note of that. Next one, that will be Joanna. And Joanna, your card is the 10 of Cups, which is going to be accompanied with the Queen of Cups. So we do have those two cards for you, Joanna. Next couple of weeks, the full moon into Aries is going to make you definitely happy. Now, within these couple of weeks, you're truly going to see yourself very blessed with what it is around you, and emotionally fulfilled on top of it in regards to what you do possess right now. If you have been recently hurt, recently disappointed, if you have generally lost your drive for life itself, Joanna, in the next couple of weeks, your drive for life, your, how can I say, your life, either all of a sudden or slowly, progressively, is going to start worth living again. And what will happen through it is that you are going to give your unconditional love and unconditional emotional attachment into something or into a somebody, which is going to bound the foundation of a long-term endeavor, like a long-term job, like a long-term relationship, like something lasting maybe for the rest of your life. Next one, Ella, your card is the 7 of Swords, which is accompanied by the King of Pentacles. You couldn't have had him better, okay? You couldn't have had him better, Ella. It's a pretty easy read, and it pretty much speaks that next couple of weeks you gotta be selfish, okay? By now you probably tried to satisfy people around you, you tried to be nice, you tried to be forgiving, you know, and you tried to satisfy everybody around you, Ella. And do you know what? No matter how much you try to do so, there is always gonna be somebody displeased, okay? There will be always somebody who is not happy with it. There is always somebody who is disgruntled. There is always going to be somebody that has grievances, no matter how much you try. So these couple of weeks, instead of trying to satisfy everybody around you first, try to satisfy yourself first for a change, okay? Try to satisfy your needs, try to satisfy your goals, your agenda, and above everything else, Ella, stop being a scapegoat into someone else's battles and into someone else's wars. Yeah, you can't make everybody happy, and that is something that we all gotta pretty much get it through our thick skulls. Because at the end of the day, guys, how can you make someone happy if you aren't happy, right? It just doesn't make much sense. All right, so next one, that will be Tara. And Tara, your card, Tara Gerten. And your card is the 4 of Cups, which is going to be catalyzed here with the 3 of Wands. Heather, thank you so much for your $10 support. Thank you so much, Heather. Let me put you into the in the list. Just hold on a second. All right, so Tara, these two cards. Well, next couple of weeks, Tara, you do have a pretty significant choice to make, pretty general, yeah, it's a general choice that you will have to make. And the thing is that both ways kind of like works for you, okay? So, first of all, it seems that next couple of weeks you are about to enjoy a fruits of your labor, Okay, it's just there are some work that you have done or some actions that you have performed that are gonna bear fruits in the next couple of weeks, either career wise or either relationship wise. But also it will happen that you are ready to initiate another plan, to initiate another action, to initiate another endeavor, so to speak. And this is where the choice stands. Are you going to throw yourself into that new thing, okay, and try to challenge yourself, because it's going to be quite challenging, right? For a even more benefits, or rather like for even more, how do you call it? For even more acquisitions, or you are going to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So you do have a choice to make. Are you push yourself even harder, which is going to bear fruits, or are you gonna just use the time to pretty much enjoy yourself with the surrounding? Either way works for you, okay? Just so you know that if you do decide to stick around and enjoy the fruits of your labor, then Tara, you are going to be quite happy in the next couple of weeks. If you do decide to move forward, then you are not going to have any time for happiness. Your brain is going to work on a maximum capacity, because the whole situation will require your 100% focus and your 100% a keen intelligence, so you can push forward. Because it will be a situation that will be, like I said, quite challenging, and it will be a situation that will require from you to truly push the bar of your limits forward. All right, so next one, that will be Arbo. And Arbo, your card is the Ace of Pentacles, which is catalyzed with the Six of Wands. So we do have those two cards for you, Arbo. So next couple of weeks are going to be weeks where you are about to establish a successful business maneuvers. You are about to establish as well harmonious relationships also. But the Six of Wands there, this card does point that the whole thing is going to be rather more slowly than you would like it to be, and that you would expect it to be as well. And that comes from the elements of dignity here, which are a passive neutrals, okay? And so even though your business maneuvers are going to be successful, even though your relationships that you are established throughout the next couple of weeks, they are going to be harmonious, Arbo, they are not going to be as yielding as you have expected them to be. Nonetheless, though, Arbo, the next couple of weeks are gonna start filling you up with content, with excitement, with exhilaration, and ultimately you are going to receive a rare opportunity to further your goal. And the last thing I'm going to say about your next couple of weeks is that you are going to feel, for a certain extent, mostly into your career, underappreciated, okay? Because once again, you're not going to receive the rewards you think you deserve. Nonetheless, rewards are going to come your way. And next one, that will be Heather. Heather, me and Andrew, new love. We do have the Five of Swords with the Magician. Okay, so those couple of cards. Heather, either way works for you. Okay, but those cards has a message for you, whichever way you decide. Okay, so should you decide to make it up with Andrew, all right, things has to happen based on your requirements, and that is probably how you are about to decide Andrew or a new love. So you enforce your rules. If Andrew agrees, that's great. If Andrew does not agree, that's even better. because if you do not decide to make it up with Andrew, then Heather, in the future, you are about to meet somebody that is going to accept you, like you, and eventually love you for exactly who you are. And you don't have to make any compromise with yourself. You don't have to make any change whatsoever with yourself. So either way should work with you. Okay, personally, if I were your shoes, I would try with Andrew. You know, I would try to have it my way with him, and if he is not complying to it, then I'm gonna move with somebody else. Esri, thank you so much for your $5 man. Thank you so much. And let me put you into the list here. So next one is Heather again, and let me draw additional cards. Right, so Heather again. Where do you see my career? Right, Heather, we do have Two of Cups, which is catalyzed with the Two of Swords, those couple of cards. So just overall, in terms of your career, Heather, your career is about to become very peaceful, and it is about to become very, how do you call it, self-running, I would say it that way. Literally, you know, your career is gonna pick up its own pace and its own direction and its own turn, which is going to be peaceful and really harmonious direction for you. So here with your career, you don't even have to stress yourself into the future with it, and you can expect, Heather, that the relationship in between you and your coworkers, or in between you and the team that you are about to start working with, if you are looking for work, is going to become a very, very harmonious, peaceful, and it's literally everybody is going to contribute for the wellness of the business. There will be some issues with the equality there, but these are going to be really, really small issues. And the equality, what I mean is that within your career, there are going to be those moments where simply a decision will be made without the person who makes the decision put themselves into other people's shoes, walk a mile, and so on and so forth. Therefore, while the decision may be accurate and maybe, how can I say efficient, it's not going to be the best decision out there. Okay, but suffice to say, even though that may be the case, rolling with it is still going to be rather very pleasant. So your career is moving into a really good direction right now, and you can expect a very peaceful existence of it to settle in a very, very soon. Okay, next one, that will be KS, message from spirits. We do have the King of Swords with the Knights of Pentacles. Those couple of cards. All right, KS, King of Swords, Knights of Pentacles. It speaks that you gotta, the message from your spirit, it is that you gotta put a more thought into how you want things to happen, and above everything else, you gotta put more thought into what do you want for yourself. Now, those cards, they are active enemies, and it seems that no, it's not like you're not aware, but you are not fully, I would say, fully aware of what you want, how it's going to manifest, or what is exactly what you want. I don't know how to say it here. So your spirit is advising you to make a serious analysis over your actions, over your situation, and as well over your plan for moving forward career-wise or relationship-wise. For your plan should not have any gaps. For your plan should not rely on any luck. Your plan needs to consist of just only determined and effective actions moving forward, leaving nothing else on, or leaving nothing overall to hang on how can I say, into anyone else's hands. How to do that? Well, accept, or rather think of like your life, it's a machine, and it's a well-oiled machine. If there is a broken part in it, then that machine cannot do its job, literally. And what do you do with a broken part? You replace it. So that is how you do it. So if you're if some kind of a friend of yours, a relationship of friend of yours is broken, replace it by replacing the friend. Your relationship with your beloved one is broken, replace it by replacing your beloved one, you know. So you gotta start replacing things which are broken, and that is how you're gonna start building up your plan that will depend entirely on you rather than on somebody else, rather than on a fate itself. That is the message of your spirit. Heather Montgomery, what do I need to know? We have the Death card for you, Heather, with the Eight of Wands. So we do have those couple of cards. And what do you need to know? It is that a big change is coming your way, obviously, from the Death card. The good thing about this elemental dignity, which is a passive enemy, it is that through the Eight of Wands, that it is enemy to the Death card. It seems that this change is going to happen slowly but steadily. Therefore, you will have as much time as you need to prepare for it, but you cannot avoid it. Okay, so you can stall, but you cannot avoid it. Eventually, that change is going to manifest. So what is the change all about here, Heather? Well, the change is about aspects in your life that simply have outlived their usefulness, okay? For example, friendship that serves no purpose anymore, that does not provide any benefits. Relationship, same way, that does not provide any benefits. You just reached its peak and it cannot grow anymore, and it start deteriorating. Therefore, it's dying, and now it needs to be once again replaced. That is how the Death card works, through replacement. One thing ends, another thing begins. For what is change if it is not one life begins while another one is ending? And what is life if it is not a death pending, right? So everything comes and goes, and love comes and goes, family comes and goes, job comes and goes. And if something is about to end in your life, which is what you need to know, that something is literally ending there, okay? Maybe a love, maybe a interaction, maybe a job, maybe a project. So whatever ends, something else is going to replace it. And in order that to happen, you just need to let go of it right there on spot. You just should not fight against that ending. That is what you need to know. And last but not least, Esri, anything I need to know, anything I need to watch out for. We do have a judgment with the Nine of Pentacles. So those couple of cards for you, Esri. And yeah, you do have a great deal to watch for here, Esri. You should watch, I don't know how to explain it. Just give me a second. So this is how it seems to happen here, S3. There will be something amazing that it is coming in your way. And under amazing, I mean something which is way too good to be true, and it isn't. Okay, well, it's not like it isn't, but it is just your path in life is in a different direction, and that is what you need to watch out about. Something masked behind a how can I say, a really shiny opportunity, so to speak. You will have a hunch though, right? So you will have a hunch that that is just, even though if it is real, even though if it is very, very good, very profitable, just it isn't you, right? It doesn't fit with your life. It doesn't fit with how you simply do things around. It doesn't fit with your puzzle of life, so to speak. It doesn't fit in there. And yeah, it's always complicated. And like I said, you're going to have a hunch, you're going to have something like a wake-up call, if you will. And it's very important that you do listen to that call. It may be even a whisper, all right? It may be something very small, but nonetheless, you just have to listen to it. You just have to roll with it. And yeah, it's going to happen through most likely a hunch or some kind of a feeling that you're going to have that it is just not the right thing for you to throw yourself into. And so that is what you need to watch out for. So guys, I think that that's going to do it. Thank you so much for enduring that atrocious quality of the live stream. Like I said, you are the best, truly the best. I love you all, and we are going to see each other next time, which is going to be very, very soon. But before that, I truly need to investigate what is going on, what is wrong with the live stream here. And yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and we're going to see each other next time. Until then, bye.